Hey, welcome back. Josh Hardy here with Hardy Brothers Outdoors. Today I'm going to review the AGL125 that I purchased from Titan Attachments. It's a 48-inch offset flail mower. So why did I get an offset flail mower? Offset flail mower purchase was intended to help simplify mowing around my pond. I've got about a 4-acre pond with about a third of it that has edge that needs to be maintained and mowed. Just got done mowing it a little while ago, and no matter what I do, I always try to go closer to the edge so that I don't have to edge and trim because it's a huge pain in the butt. I've tried multiple approaches. Before getting the offset flail, I started out using the weed eater, and it would take me anywhere from 2 to 2.5 hours to do the edging around the pond. You know, I didn't do it every time that I mowed, but if I did it 4 or 5 times a year, it was too much. I'd be covered in grass from head to toe. Legs would be beat up from the stuff flying in, and it put a huge strain on the motor on my my Ryobi string trimmer. So then I moved to trying to use the mower, and the motion of moving back and forth around the edge was just grueling, very rough on the back. It actually seemed to go faster than the string trimmer, but it was still easily an hour plus work. So the next option was I went and bought a walk-behind Cub Cadet string trimmer from Tractor Supply, and that worked pretty good. But the motor on it and the string trimmer, I mean, it actually doesn't seem any more powerful than a handheld one. I still have a lot of the back and forth motion. I still have to use a string trimmer to get around certain things like the benches that we have around the pond or the overflows. But really what I looked for what's the best way to trim around the pond. And I have, I don't have like a perfect bank where everything's nice and level. Some areas it's a little dicey. In fact, today when I was mowing with my John Deere 2032, I've got the 72-inch D deck, and I started sliding towards the pond in a particular area that stays pretty wet. It's like no matter what I do, there's always an area that I can't get to, and pretty much there's a strip 2 feet wide that has to be mowed. Like I said, I always try to get closer. I have an old Massey 4-wheel drive tractor. I put it in the pond 3 times. That's right, 3 times. So something's got to change, right? So I got this from Titan Attachments, also palletforks.com. I bought a number of products from them. There was no reviews when I bought it. I think there's 3 out there now. And overall, I mean, the mower's okay. What I found is it's really hard to get it adjusted to where I'm not scalping the ground. And we're going to do a little bit of mowing around the pond here and show you it in action. But I've seen other videos where people have offset flail and they're just flying along, mowing perfect edge. That's not how it works here. I had to add a selective control valve to the John Deere. That was $900. So $900 on top of the $2,300 mower. And it's still not the perfect solution. What I found is the closer I get to the pond, the more unstable the tractor feels. I'm still close enough that I could probably drive in to the pond. And my 72-inch deck, sticks out 6 inches on both sides of the wheels. And this is not buying me a whole lot of additional space. So I'm going to try backing up a little bit today, see if I can actually get some of the areas that I can't get down into. It's a huge pain to put it on the tractor. I mean, the thing works, but I haven't figured out how to fine tune it to where it works like I want it to. I mowed a field the other day, and my brother Jason came by and he's like, "What'd you do to this field?" And we have rotary cutters, brush hogs, that would have done a much better job. This thing just scalps nonstop. So if you're familiar with the offset flail, it's got what they call hammer blades. And the hammer blades spin and are supposed to be able to mulch everything a lot more than, say, a rotary cutter or a brush hog would do. And this is supposed to be able to do up to a 3-inch diameter sapling that it will mulch up. So I'll show you a little bit about how it works. I don't know if I said earlier, but it's a huge pain to get it hooked up to the 3-point. My quick hitch doesn't work, just doesn't align. I've tried different adjustments and it's just not an option. So the one way that I've found to get a little additional extension is having a little bit of play in my 3-point, the bottom links, so that they actually cause it to sway over a little bit. But again, that makes the tractor feel a little bit unstable. So we'll show you around the pond here. It's good to mow before I do the trimming, because then I can blow grass clippings towards that area without it going into the pond. And you'll see from the pond today, the amount of pollen and algae right now is ridiculous. So it doesn't look that good, but this is a beautiful pond. I'll show another picture of what it normally looks like. I just need to find an easier way to trim around it. So we're going to put this thing to the test again today. I've done some fine tuning today. There's a top link spot that allows it to float or is in a fixed position. The last time I used it, I had it in a float position. I don't know, it didn't seem to work well for me in that one, so I'm trying it in the fixed position. And then with the selective control valve, I have a float position on that. I tried that again earlier today, still not working. So if you have one of these and have any advice on adjusting it, feel free to leave it in the comments. I haven't found the sweet spot for using it, but let's check it out on the pond, see what you think, and then I'll show you a few more things that I've run into. Well, there's times where it looked like it was doing a really good job, and other times where I felt like I was about to roll into the pond. It's just not what I hoped. It's not as stable as what I hoped. I'm gonna keep at it though. I mean, it's faster than everything else, but it doesn't do, a great job. It's kind of a choppy, uneven looking cut. I'll show you a few more things that I've run into. One of them is the stand. When you put it down, there's an edge that needs to be grinded off. I saw that in the other review as well. So there's a little bit of some manufacturing quality issues, but not showstoppers. Again, pretty happy with it. The quality is fine. Oh, speaking of the quality, so funny story. I bought it from Titan. They delivered it with a truck that would not come up my driveway. I'm out in the country here. So I had to have forks. I had to go buy forks to get them off the back of the truck and get it up the driveway. Get it up the driveway, put it together. I didn't check the hydraulic hoses. The hydraulic hoses were all loose. Within seconds of turning it on, the hydraulic hoses blew out and stripped the fittings. So I called Titan. I asked them to send the new hydraulic arms, and they said we can't. They were very responsive. But the only option they had was to send me an entirely new unit, which means that I had to be back here at my my country property to receive it off the truck, on limited notice. That's not been a good situation as the delivery situation from them. Not necessarily Titan's fault, but just where I live. So I told them, I said, I don't need it. Just bring me the, just send me the part. And so instead, they shipped the whole unit. I took the crate, I opened it, I took the piece off, I put the old piece back in, and I left everything crated because it took some time to put it together and time to get it out of the crate. So I would say on a scale of 5, I would give it 3.5 stars. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And check back, we got more things coming.